just a little. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Witzman.
Commissioner Meeks,
Present.
Commissioner Eichmeyer,
Here.
Commissioner Delver,
Here.
Commissioner Madden. Here. Mayor Judge.
Here. I need approval of minutes of meeting held on March 8th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. So moved. Visitors, Dennis Miller.
Yes.
Welcome.
The reason for my visit today, council members and Mr. Mayor, is I've had my eye on two pieces of property here in our fine town. I've been looking at 923 and 925 West 3rd Street. Both of them look like they've been abandoned. And I went to the county treasurer here at the courthouse, and I've asked them where the property taxes have been sent. And she informed me that they have been sent to both those addresses, and neither one of them have been paid since last year or even this year. And also on top of my visit is I do scrapping on the side.
Okay.
And I want to go in there, if you all will provide me the dumpster, to go in there and take out whatever I want. I'll even throw the trash away. If any accidents happen to me, it's on my own fault. And then I will inform you all when I'm done with those properties, and you can do whatever's left of them. To tear them down, condemn them, whatever.
As of right now, what we would have to do, since we do not own them, we would have to try to get a hold of the said owners of the property,
Okay.
advise them of needing to get them cleaned up or brought up to code, and then once they either get back with us or don't get back with us, then that's when we have to get the city attorney involved
Okay.
and then make a decision from there.
Okay. Can I leave you all my phone number
Yes, you can.
when we get done here? That's all I want to do, because I'm not working right now. I've been out of work since February 1st. I'm supposed to be having an operation to have my gallbladder removed. I'm still waiting on that. I'm fighting my disability. And this is something I do to keep my mind occupied and ongoing with me, so I can just stay physically active.
Yeah, okay. I think there's actually 3 properties down there that are owned by the same people, so.
I know, well, there's two, the 923 is owned by Franklin and Dorothy Campbell,
Okay,
and the 925 is owned by Patience Griffin.
okay,
And those are the two I've been having my eye on real badly.
all right.
The once everything's said and done with, if you all would provide me a dumpster to go down there and, I go in and I do what I've gotta do, I will inform you all when it's done, and then you can take it from there.
Okay. Okay. Well, let us work on that. We'll get the city inspector on it, and then we'll let you know how it goes.
All righty, and who do I give my phone number to?
You can give it to Chief Turner right now,
Okay.
unless you want to stick around to the end of the meeting.
No, I'll just take it from there.
All right.
My phone number, Chief, is 812-779-1743. If you want to come by my house to talk to me, I live up by the high school, 323 North Fair. And one of these two is back door. I appreciate it.
Yep, have a good evening, Dennis.
And I will have, you all have a nice day, and I will see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's a Patoka Indian.
Good evening. I want to ask for prayers for the Glenn Markle Jr. family. Glenn served as a captain in our firehouse for over 20 years. Glenn passed away this past weekend. I offer a moment of silence for him and his family. I want to welcome our online viewers now to the council meetings. When we moved to City Hall and we built on for the council chambers, we wanted to add technology to have better communication and transparency to the public who could not attend our bi-weekly meetings here at City Hall. So I welcome everyone tonight who is viewing us online. Recently, we've been working with area businesses that qualify for the CDBG grant financing through the state of Illinois. We applied for 8 different businesses and only one qualified for this grant assistance of up to $25,000, and that was Little Italy's Pizza. We will be holding a public hearing this Wednesday here in this chamber at 4 p.m. to finalize that grant for them. So if anybody would like to come, if not, we will be recording it for that. Also, the state is working on other funds available through the TIF program. It's not a done deal yet. This would be a great way for us to be able to help our local businesses that have suffered through COVID-19. These could be in loans, grants, or non-reimbursable grants. Currently, the city is very limited on TIF and only road construction, or not road construction, only if you're constructing new or remodeling a business. So if this is allowed, this will be a great asset for local businesses to apply for. And then something from the last meeting I did say I wanted to talk about this evening. Over the last few years, we've talked about merging our departments and creating a public works department. I know we have discussed it many times in the council meetings, and I've spoke to you guys individually on and off for the last 2 years. I'd like to open it up for any discussions, if anybody has any, about moving towards that.
I think it'd be a great idea, Joe. It'll help us utilize our manpower and our equipment. The equipment is quite expensive, and if we got a major job going, instead of having one of our backhoes or track hose at one location sitting, while we could be utilizing it on the job that we have to be done, I just think it'd be a good idea to consolidate everything like that so we can better serve the people and save money in the process.
I think the biggest help here is gonna be the employee share, the cross-training. The equipment, we somewhat, that is very important, but I mean, we somewhat already do that a little bit. But we need to do more of it. But I think the cross-training of sewer, water, and maintenance is gonna be big going forward.
Anytime you can do something to be more efficient, in my mind, is a good deal, so I'm in support of it.
I'm for it. I think it'll help us streamline projects better, so we can, do what is most important first.
Well, with these comments, I would like to seek a motion to move forward from the council to start the organizing of the Public Works Department. The hope is to have it somewhat going in May with our new financial year. But I think this is something that we've, been talking about and working out, and working with Mr. Easter, Mr. Gidcombe, and several others in the various departments. They all feel that it's something that's a good move for us.
We discussed this during my administration, and I thought it was a good idea then. We didn't get it finished, so I'll make the motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same sign. All right. Okay, so last Wednesday, Rudy and I attended an auction for the property of 602 East Fifth Street. This has been known as the former Southeastern Illinois Counseling Center. This parcel of land and building sits in front of the street department. Several years ago, the counseling center left the building and it went into foreclosure. The USDA and the U.S. Marshals had an auction, and I need a motion to enter into a purchase agreement, or I guess I don't need that, do I? Mr. Witzman? I just need an approval of accepting a donation for the property.
I think we will somebody needs to make a motion to approve the purchase of it.
Yeah, I need a motion for the purchase of the property.
So be it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same sign. With that motion, we would like to accept the donation from Rudy Witzman for $1. This will be the new home of the Mount Carmel City Public Works Department, other things to be announced in the near future. Rudy and I went to this auction, and we successfully bid $1 for the property. So we do thank the other bidders for not bidding against us and allowing us, and the USDA also congratulated us on the loss of money from the federal government, but they were excited that the city got the property and told us be happy with our grant that we got. Several years ago, when we looked at relocating City Hall from the flood, that was one location we did look at, and they wanted $180,000 for the property. So I think holding out and, purchasing this location and then buying that for $1 worked out in our best favor.
Yeah.
So I thank you guys for that. Now, this building does have a few issues. It does have a few roof leaks. It does have a seamless roof in it. We've had Linson look at it, and also the facade out front is in need of a desperate facelift. The cost for the roof repair and the facade replacement is $7,100. I'd like a motion to move forward and have Linson's do that work on that property.
I'll make the motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same sign. And last but not least,
He did-
we will have fireworks this year on July 4th. We have been in contact with our firework vendor. Last year, I think it was $12,600 for the fireworks. It has went up a little bit. I guess things are a little bit harder to get this year. It went from $12,600 to $15,000 this year. So I need a motion to approve the expenditure of $15,000 for the fireworks on July 4th.
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same sign. We did get notified from the state of Illinois on the project on Cherry Street, the structural removal project, that bridge. They have pushed it off due to delays to the September bid letting. They are hopeful that they can resolve issues that they are having on the project by then to be able to move forward. So we will see how that goes. Also on their bid letting, they did tell me today that from west of Great House Creek to the Edwards County line is due for resurfacing in 2021 budget year. And then from Great House Creek east to Cherry Street is not in the bid letting until 2024. And I did express my dissatisfaction with the condition of the road, telling them that there probably won't be a road there if they wait that long because it's in desperate need of replacement now. They did tell me that 25% of the project has already been completed, which was environmentals, and that's usually a big holdup. So they hope to get that onto the bid letting in sometime in 2023 for the project schedule. So anyways, that is my report. Commissioner Meeks.
Thank you, Mayor. Moving forward with some stuff out at the city park, I talked to a couple of the folks on the park board. We're going to power wash the entrance gate. The two, I think they're 4-inch pipes on either side, kind of angling toward the gate. Gonna power wash them and paint them gray, trying to match the color code of the new shelter house and the pickleball courts. Street department patched potholes around town. I know there's some still out there. Call City Hall if you have a problem. If you see some, we'll try to get to it as quick as we can. Right now, we're pretty busy. Finished repairing the bucket on that John Deere loader we purchased. Put it back together, fill sandbags for the levee wall in case the river comes back up, and it sounds like we're gonna get a bunch more rain, so we're trying to be proactive instead of reactive. We repaired 2 sets of bleachers from the high school football field and took those back down there and set them up. The east side of the new the shelter house, the existing concrete, there was about probably a 2-foot drop there, David, which we feel was kind of unsafe. Actually, it's a lot unsafe. This way, the dirt will come up to the level of the concrete, so there won't be any chance of somebody falling off of there and injuring themselves. One of the old, I guess you would call it a pedestal, where if you had a family outing. You could set your hot food or whatever you had on it. We took that, those were taken out when we redid the shelter house. The concrete was damaged beneath one of them, so we tore that old concrete out, and I believe they poured the concrete back today. And we installed 20 feet of a 12-inch culvert on West 11th Street down alongside the road. I guess the water was eroding that out, and it was a pretty good drop off there, so got some of that taken care of. And that's the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Meeks. Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Thank you, Mayor. In the general fund, the past 2 weeks, we had receipts of $224,037 and expenditures of $124,647. Of that was sales tax, state income tax, utility tax, state use tax, and then some other smaller items throughout to come through. Currently, we have reached $3,147,000 in the budget receipts to a budget of $2,856,900. Now, of that, there's about $325,000 that was between COVID relief and the sale of City Hall. And so bringing that down, taking those out, we're still at 99% of budget on revenue.
Yeah.
So we're moving along pretty good there for the year. I know the departments are probably all working on their budgets for next year as we're coming down towards about 5-6 weeks in the fiscal year coming to an end. So we'll be getting those ready to go. I assume we'll have a budget coming through here in the couple council meetings from now.
Real quick, is that, how many months is that? Is that 10 months or?
It'd be 11, I
Is
guess,
it
at this
11
point.
has
Yeah,
come in?
we got about five months left, or 5 weeks left, I think, in the year.
Well, I didn't
5
know
months.
I didn't know how.
I get
delayed
nervous
it
on
was.
TV.
Okay,
It's accurate as the council meeting.
good deal.
And then from the senior citizens, this Thursday, there's gonna be a barbecue fundraiser from 10:30 to 12:30 at the April 1st, I apologize, that'll be next week. This will be to raise funds for an additional delivery vehicle. We've been really strapped on that with not being open inside. There's been an extensive amount of deliveries out in the community for that. So looking to raise a little money. They'll have Mayor Judge's world famous smoked shredded pork, buttered potatoes, barbecue beans, rolls, and a dessert. So, and that'll be for, again, for raising money for the delivery vehicle down there that we hope to be able to add to the fleet at some point. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichmeyer. Commissioner Dolger.
Thank you, Mayor. Water Department has a project coming up, which is 3rd and Walnut Street. We did get a final estimation of the cost for that project of $130,000. We have budget meetings coming up, so Rudy and I and Eric and Mick will, and Joe, we'll all try to figure out how we're gonna get this in next year's budget. Our budget is May to April, so we've got to get that project done. It's a little bit more than what I would have liked it to be, but that's not bad considering what they're doing down there. More to come on that. Sewer Department, I briefly talked to you guys. The Sewer Department needs a roof. The building itself was not part of the upgrade that we did down there. The upgrade was all in the field, and all those components. So I need approval for a new roof from Winston's Seamless Guttering to keep this local. They're putting a Duralast roof on it. It is $15,500.
Do I have a motion?
Prior to the motion, I just
Oh.
make a note that we got $572,000 in the sewer fund at the moment, so. And I'll make the motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. All right, so moved.
All right, Maintenance Department cleaned multiple sewer lines as part of their scheduled maintenance. They do that on a schedule, go around, make sure roots are cleaned out of the sewer. They opened levee gates, turned off the pump station. They used the jet truck and dye tablets to determine a leak that we had that was spilling sewer in the street. So they got that cleared up. And then the big one, they clean the water line from the well to the plant. We do that once a year, usually January, February timeframe. We got that done, and what they do is we hook a generator up to the wells, and we put what's called a pig. It's like a foam bullet. And it fits the pipe almost exactly, and then the pressure pushes it through, and it cleans off all the magnesium and from the pipes from the well to the plant. So that was done, and that'll be done again next year. I think that's all I have in my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Dogger. Commissioner Madden?
Thank you, Mayor. Start off with, I'd like to donate the money for the food for this fundraiser at the Senior Citizen Center on the 1st. So we're able to raise as much money as possible for the new vehicle. In the last 2 weeks, the Mount Carmel Fire Department has made a total of 15 runs. The fire department will meet tonight for their regularly scheduled meeting. Spring fix-up and cleanup week will be April 5th through the 9th. Some items that Republic will not pick up are refrigerators, electronics, televisions, paint, unless it has been dried with cat litter or sand, construction lumber, microwaves, and other appliances. Mattress and box springs must be wrapped in plastics. We have had reports in the past of people cutting the plastic to look at the mattress. Please do not do this, because it then requires the homeowners to rewrap them. Also, if you look through items that have been set out, do not throw them around the yard. Please leave them as you find them. Republic has been behind in years past, so please be patient with them. Any items that Republic does not pick up, it is the homeowner's responsibility to take them back off the streets in a timely manner. With nicer weather, residents have started working outside to clean up their yards. The leaf vac truck is not in operation, but if you have leaves, they can still be bagged and picked up along with sticks and small brush during the brush route. If you haven't been down to the boat ramp lately, it's been cleaned up. There's also a trash can down there now, so please don't just throw your trash, put it in the trash can so that we can keep it looking nice. Art Kimmel's crew also went down there and sweeped it to get some of the mud and dust and rocks from the water that comes out from the river. Mosquito season is right around the corner, so I would like to take a proactive approach in trying to combat them. One of the biggest breeding grounds for mosquitoes is old tires that sit around and collect stagnant water. I would like for the city council to consider getting a storage pod where citizens can take old tires and then pay a small fee for them to be disposed of. We have been in contact with a company that will take these tires to be recycled and repurposed. This company is approved by the EPA. At the next city council meeting, I would like to make the decision on the price per tire and to approve the purchase of a pod to store the tires until they are taken away. Into my report, unless somebody has a comment. on that
I
one.
do have a comment. I have a question, actually.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of tires?
There's quite a few tires.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just,
And
it's
there's-
something I've not looked for, so.
There's one business in town that will take them, but they only really take tires that they change out. And it's more than what we were thinking for the fee to be.
Okay.
Dave has 4 large ones out in the park.
Oh, white. That I played on 30 years ago.
You're welcome to go pick them up.
No.
But yeah, that is a great thing. We do,
I didn't
every
realize
time we do big trash pickup, we see all kinds of tires that are put out. And then also, if you go down River Road every now and then, you'll find them down through there. So, and I will commend Art Kimmel and his group. They did an excellent job on cleaning off that, the boat ramp area and then the parking lot.
And it really doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, it takes very little water for the mosquitoes. So, I mean, that's just another way to start and try to get rid of them before they even come.
Yep. All right. I guess that was your report. All right. Mr. Witzman.
Just a couple of informational items. As you stated at the very beginning, we are streaming the meeting live. For those of you that are not aware or want to get online and check it out, if you will go to cityofmountcarmel.com, which is our website, and then up in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see news items, latest news items. If you'll click on that, and then it'll come up streaming, a sentence about streaming and everything, and with a button there that you can push, and you'll be able to come and see the streaming video live at that point in time. One other thing, I'm working on a list of surplus items the various departments has that we need to dispose of. So I would ask all of the various departments to get me that list if you have one now, so we can, at the next council meeting, I would like to provide the council a list of the items and gain approval for the sale of the items to the public at some time.
Would we be doing an auction or just a bid on those?
That's entirely up to the council.
Okay.
I would probably recommend that we just do a bid.
Okay.
But if, either way, doesn't matter to me.
I know we have,
Because a lot of the auctions right now are
Online.
online anyway, but
Yeah.
we can do it either way.
okay, because I know we have 2 squads at least, if not 3, or just one? Oh, okay. And then, we have the, USDA cars that we bought for water.
Right. We got
That
two
would be very nice for somebody, they're
decent
low
vehicles
miles,
for Someone.
so, a couple old pickup trucks, so, okay. Is that it?
That's it.
All
Mayor.
right.
Mayor, was I supposed to bring up this, on the Ash Street down by Fort Lee Ballpark about this no parking? Or who's,
I'll bring it up because
Okay.
that was
okay,
an oversight on my part.
well, mine too.
I had a citizen that lives right there at the corner of Fourth and Ash. And along Ash Street is somewhat of a drop-off or a small ditch right there. And he is requesting that area be designated as no parking. Whenever the ball fields are in use, a lot of people will come along and park there, and they have to at least get 2 wheels off of the roadway, and it's going down into the ditch, and especially with the wet weather that we've been having now, it's rutting it up, and it's making it very difficult for him to maintain. So he is asking for that area to be designated as no parking.
I think that if he owns it, should do what he wants with it. But if we need to put up some signs to make sure people don't, park there, then so be it.
One of the biggest problems in that area is they park on both sides of the road, and it's almost impassable when you have cars parked on both sides of the road down there.
That would stop that.
So if you put no parking on
side.
that east side of the road, because the west side of the road does not have a
Sidewalk,
ditch.
isn't it?
Huh?
Is that a sidewalk on the other side of the road?
No, I don't know if it is or not.
There's something going on there.
I think
Is there a sidewalk? There's more of an off-of-the-road parking on the west side than their east side. Is that correct? That would make more sense to park and put no parking on that east side because it is a ditch.
My thoughts are I'm down at these fields all the time. There's way more parking than people utilize. There's plenty of parking down there, from the Babe Ruth field, the softball field, to the grass area on the Little League side
Yeah,
can be parked into,
yeah,
so.
it's all covered ditch down through there.
Chief Turner, do you have a problem with this?
No, actually, I think it's a good idea because the road, it's a small road. It's
Narrow.
To have cars parked along this side, so that'd probably be a very smart move. And the east side does have a ditch. I'm familiar with that area, so
Yep.
I'd recommend a no parking.
Okay.
Do we need a motion on that, Mr. Witzman? Or just do it?
Let me work on this, and I'll bring it back to the next council meeting.
Okay.
But I would,
It would be an
if
ordinance
we
change.
are, if we all are in agreement, then I would like to direct the street department to erect some no parking signs along there, because ball season has started, and
Sure.
we'll proceed with the paperwork that we need to do.
Yep,
I agree.
yeah, change the ordinance for the no parking.
Regulatory signs,
Yep,
But you can get
Okay.
those up.
we can install those.
after the next council meeting.
Do you mean we're gonna wait to put them up till the next council meeting? We're gonna put them up now and then take care of the paperwork later?
Well, I think we have to wait.
You gotta wait.
There's not gonna be by down there between now and then, I wouldn't think. Well, I guess they do have high
I think
school
we got
ball.
ball started up.
Little League will be practicing here in the next week,
Brady,
roughly.
do you see any big problem if we go ahead and install. We normally will, no parking, for stop signs, that type thing, we usually do an ordinance. But since this just came to us this evening, in order to accommodate the citizen, I would like to suggest that we go ahead and put up no parking signs. And if nothing else, we can always put up a temporary no parking sign or something.
You put barricades there.
Well, we have some police no parking signs that we could temporarily put up.
Yes, we do.
I think that would be,
Let's do that.
Probably be the best solution.
yeah. Do that, Chief Turner, and then once the ordinance gets amended for the no parking at that location, then, the best way to do it. All right, moving on. Mr. Waldrop.
No report tonight.
All right, Mr. Gitcom is gone. Mr. Easter.
Nothing further to report, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you for all the work you guys have done out there at the park. Like Commissioner Meek said, that drop-off and stuff, it was quite large, almost 2-foot drop-off, but with backfilling it, and then me and Mr. Easter talked about coming and putting some larger decorative rocks and some edging, and then some walking stones in between each of the pillars out there of the new shelter house, which will help out a lot out there, so. Chief Turner.
The only thing I have to report is we are still doing a follow-up on the drive-by shooting that happened a couple weeks ago. I brought to the board's attention. Our suspects have since moved from the area, but just to let you know, we haven't forgot about it. It's just now we're looking at travel time and everything else that goes along with it. So hopefully we can have that wrapped up in the next month. But that's all I have to report.
Thank you very much.
Real quick, thank you, Dave, for helping out the school district the other day. They had a program they had to set up for, and it was raining, and he got barricades out there for them so they could use the new shelter house for a drive-through.
So, great. All right, consent agenda. There's nothing really on it, just agreeing to pay all the bills with proper signature. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. All right, I will adjourn this meeting to go into executive session to discuss an employee's compensation as allowed by Illinois compiled statutes 5 ILCS 120/2.
Adjourned at
There you go. You're welcome.
5:33 to go to executive session.